showed me, I mean, it was just plain state. God said they were dealing with mental health issues. And Paul addressed them. He says, you cannot move on until you address the mental health issues in your life. And as I was dealing with that, I put it to myself, God was saying, you cannot turn the page until you identify the challenges, the mental challenges that you are dealing with in your life. And some of those mental challenges that I was dealing with, no one, y'all were the day old that you were hearing this. This is your first time, my first time disclosing this. I deal with the fact that I'm struggling. I'm struggling trying to meet the demands of society. I'm struggling trying to meet the demands of my assignment. And I'm struggling trying to meet the demands of being a father and a husband because I have 2 older kids. So that adjustment, trying to parent a 26-year-old and a 20-year-old, trying to be, that father, that husband in this day and time. So that creates mental struggles and mental disruption, if you will. And so the principle, going back to Jesus, I pray, this is the reason why I get up before the break of dawn, is because that is my therapy. Because I don't have many people that I can share this with other than my wife. Right. But that's just something that I'm working on. I'm trying to find that space where I can, and it's not that I don't trust, because that's just, as Pastor Frank was talking about. As men, we are conditioned that we have to be the man. And as Cole was saying, we are the man. As he was talking about his financial stuff, we were in the financial struggle, and immediately we, as a man, you feel like, man, I'm not a man. Even when I got an email saying that my certification was expiring, and it just was dealing with all this stuff, and I went to God, like, God, what you doing? I gotta take care of my house. Like, come on. So all that put me in a mental disruption. That was a mental challenge. And so, and as Auntie Tasha came to me and she said, hey, can you, and I thought we were going, it was a panel and we were going to have questions. So I will open up for questions. But as she came to me with that, and I just thought about the experiences that I had dealing with not mental illness, but mental health. And some of the preventive things that I've been doing is praying. And I find that to be the most functional thing that's working for me. And also, I've been reading a lot. John Maxwell, Ricardo. So a lot of books that pour back into me, as Pastor Frank Jenkins Jr. was saying, you can't pour when your cup is empty. And so, and as Paul addressed the church of Ephesus, he was saying that for us to discern what we are dealing with, for us to understand, and the discernment, and as I dug deeper, means we have to be able to identify those things, those challenges in our life before we can turn the page and move on to the next phase in our assignment. Because God knows if you